About an hour and a half to the east of where I live is Vegreville. Now, Vegreville has a deep Ukrainian heritage to it, and nowhere is that seen better than the giant Pysanka. Probably one of the most famous roadside attractions in Canada, but there is so much more to the story of the Pysanka, from its influence on the Space Shuttle and the way it broke ground in computer graphics, and the fact that it even turns in the wind. So let's learn about the amazing Vegreville Pysanka. The giant Pysanka got its start thanks to the Alberta Century Celebrations Committee that was coordinating the centennial celebrations of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police to be held in 1974. Now, these celebrations were to honor the 100th anniversary of the March West by the Northwest Mounted Police. The committee was tasked with distributing funds to communities to build a monument to the RCMP. And for Vegreville, this meant that the Vegreville and District Chamber of Commerce took up the challenge. And while many suggestions came in, the most popular was a giant Easter egg to symbolize the peace and security the Mounties offered the area during those early years of the community's history. Designed by Paul Symbolism, an artist who was born in the Vegreville area, it was him who came up with the idea of using anodized aluminum rather than wood for the structure. He worked as a graphic artist for the Alberta government, and he convinced Permalloy Coatings to donate money and the aluminum for the project. The next task was how to design the egg using the aluminum, and that would take a lot of work. For that, Paul went to his cousin, Dr. John Ruptash, who grew up in Vegreville and was now the Dean of Engineering at Carleton University. Ruptash suggested making a computer program, so Paul went to his friend, Dr. Ron Resch. Resch and his team at the University of Utah then wrote an algorithm to define and manufacture the egg. But this was no simple Easter egg. The egg featured 524 star patterns, 2,208 equilateral triangles, 3,512 visible faucets, 6,978 nuts and bolts, and 177 internal struts. All of this came together to form an artistic masterpiece that has the distinction of accomplishing 9 mathematical, architectural, and engineering firsts, and its design represents the first computer modeling of an egg. In all, the egg measures 7.83 meters long, 5.49 meters wide, and 9.45 meters high. The base it sits on is 12,246 kilograms. Now, on top of all of that, the egg actually moves in the wind like a weather vane. Another amazing fact is that the software used to guide the lasers to cut the Pysanka's tiles would be purchased by NASA and used for cutting exterior tiles on the Space Shuttle. The Pysanka is colored bronze, silver, and gold, with each color representing something. The bronze color represents the good earth of the area. The gold stars symbolize life and good fortune, and the 3-pointed stars alternating in gold and silver represent devotion to the faith of the ancestors. In addition, the band of silver has no beginning or end and represents eternity, while the gold and silver windmills with 6 vanes symbolize the rich harvests of the area. As for the silver wolf's teeth, that represents the protection and security of the pioneers by the RCMP. Now, this was such a notable achievement that Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip visited the egg during a cross-country tour in 1978 while on their trip to Edmonton for the Commonwealth Games. In highlighting the ethnic background of the community, the caption on the Pysanka is written in the languages of the 4 largest ethnic groups of the community. The dedication says, "The Pysanka, bracket Easter egg, symbolizes the harmony, vitality, and culture of the community and is dedicated as a tribute to the 100th anniversary of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, who brought peace and security to the largest multicultural settlement in all of Canada." And while it is called the world's largest Easter egg, it's actually the 2nd largest Pysanka in the world. There's one just a bit larger in Ukraine at the Pysanka Museum, but it doesn't move in the wind, and in my opinion, isn't quite as impressive, because this is truly an amazing thing to see on any road trip around Alberta.